Hello, friends. I appear to be very short. Let me put pillows underneath me to appear to be taller. Hello, friend. Oh, let me turn off my timer thing. Oh. All right, so today I thought, yeah, I wanted to make another study plan. I'll explain a little bit in a bit about why I'm doing this, but for me, it's like a time that I really want to make, kind of like redo the study plan that I currently have, and I thought it would be a good chance to just go through this process with you guys. So, you can come with whatever it is that you want to be learning as well, and then we can come up with a study plan together, based upon certain principles and using like AI to do that. So I thought I would be able to show you guys that process in real time as I come up with a study plan myself. So that is why. Hello, friends. Good afternoon. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Ivers. Hey, Diego. Hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining. So yeah, does that sound good to everyone? So it's pretty much like I made a little presentation, but it's pretty much just like I'm gonna be making it too. I'll show you guys how it is that I'm doing it, and you can follow along and make your own plan based upon whatever it is you want to learn as well. So I use ChatGPT mostly for this, but you can use like whatever AI model you want. I like ChatGPT because it has the ability of searching internet stuff. Yeah, like that's why I primarily use GPT-4o for doing this. Like if it's for coding or something like that, I would use Claude. Or if it's something that, there's sometimes I would use open source models as well. But yeah, this because it does involve like searching the internet and things like that, I find that GPT-4o is usually the best for doing this. Plus it's free. There's a free version of it. So your speaking is very cool. Nice English. Well, thank you. Hello, I am from India. Hello. All right, should we get started? Yeah. All right. Oh, great question. I say, would you switch off ChatGPT where you think ChatGPT is still better than Claude? Yeah, I actually kind of just answered that question. I honestly use it for different purposes. Claude is for coding. Like I usually use Claude primarily for anything related to code or like technical things. I almost always use ChatGPT if it has anything to do with like images, like multimodal stuff and like searching on internet things. I think it's the best for that. If it's like more private things that I want to do, or if I'm trying to like build applications that will involve like other data, then I would use more like open source models to do that. But like the two subscriptions I currently pay for is for GPT-4, so ChatGPT, and also for Claude. So I don't pay for like Grok and these other ones, which I seen like interesting things about that. But yeah, those are the two that I currently pay for. Okay, let's get started. All right. All right. Oh no, this is not the right one. That's awkward. One sec. Wait a second. What is happening? Okay, never mind. I lied. It is the right one. Okay, cool. So yeah, so let's make a study plan together. Agenda items, things that we're going through is that also for those for Lonely Octopus, I totally stole like the little Lonely Octopus because it's so cute here as well. So if that looks familiar, that's why. Okay, so agenda items is we talk about what do you want to learn. Then we're going to talk about the meta learning framework, which I'll explain a little bit about what that means. And then we're going to talk about the prompting part. So, I'll be doing that and you guys can do that, follow along as well. And then finally, finalizing the plan. There are other parts of it, and we might have to do a part 2 because just making the plan itself does take a significant amount of time, and it's definitely worth taking a lot of time. So we might have to do a part 2. We'll see how much it is that I can get through. All right. Okay, cool. So what is that you want to learn? So can you guys just write down in the comments what it is that you want to be learning right now? So for me, some of you guys might have watched this video before. Let me like link it if you're for some reason curious about what it is that what I'm talking about. So I made a video about a couple months back called Making My New Study Plan. So this is kind of, I'll just like link it. I'll give you guys a little bit of background, but please do write what it is that you want to be learning. Here's the link for it if you want to check it out. So pretty much like what I wanted to learn, so there were 4 major things. For me, it was first like getting my driver's license, which I already got my driver's license. So I'm very happy to report back that I've gotten it. The other one was like learning business stuff. There's also like learning filmmaking, so how to make better videos, and the personal finance stuff. The one that I kind of forgot to mention in the video is just because I've been doing it consistently, like just always, is like learning about AI and data things, right? So yeah, that's something that I'm learning as well. So the business stuff, I have a plan. I'm going through with that right now. We're actually going to be releasing a free course. I think, fingers crossed, like give a date. Probably in the next month to 2 months, we'll be releasing a free course like covering all like AI fundamentals. From like no code to code to like building applications. So that part is good. And the driving test stuff is done as well. So now I'm focusing on the like film kind of things, like making better videos. I realized I need to redesign a study plan for that, because what I had previously I realized I didn't get my goals correct, which is actually the most important part, like understanding your goals and like what it is to get to that part. So I need to redesign a study plan for that. And then also the other one that I need to redesign for is for personal finance as well. So yeah, those are the things that I'm going to be learning like throughout this thing. What I'm going to make a study plan for is for making better videos, like filmmaking and being able to make essentially better YouTube videos, but also show like the prompting examples for some of you guys who are going to be learning AI stuff. You can also go through that, and it could be helpful because a lot of people here want to learn about AI stuff, so I can also help, if you have any questions in terms of what should go on, what shouldn't go on, what's the goal, and things like that. Let me actually do this. What is it that you guys want to be learning? Did degree really matter while getting computer science field? I feel like I can't. Okay, let's save a Q&A for things not relevant to this specific thing for later so we don't get sidetracked, okay? Not that I don't want to answer it, it's just I want to focus on what we're going to be making right now. Japanese, Python, and communication skills. Oh, I also want to make a note that it's not actually a bad thing to have multiple things that you're learning. It's like a technique called interleaving. So it's not bad to have multiple different study plans and you're working on all of them. Like maybe not like 10, but like 3 or 4 is actually good for being able to learn things. Japanese, Python, and communication skills. So what is the one? Choose one that you're going to be using. Choose one that you're going to be making a study plan for. Yeah, I cannot talk. Choose one. AI engineering, training models, economics, Japanese, Python. Reading faster. Yeah, it absolutely is. This is going to be a great opportunity for you to create a study plan for how to read faster. Yes, it absolutely is a learnable skill. And learning, when you're saying is reading faster more like practice related, I'll actually go through that as well. So things, when you're learning things, it can be like procedural things like learning how to ride a bike, but it can also be like learning drug pathways to pass your pharmacology exam, and it could also be like building products, right? So there's like a lot of different types of things that you can learn, but learning is just defined as you wanting to get more things into brain in order to accomplish certain task. Yeah, it's like pretty general. Writing a course on fundraising, foreign languages, personal finance and economics. Okay, cool. All right. So do you guys already pick what it is that the one thing that you're going to be doing a study plan for? Yeah? Okay, good. Okay, so what I'm going to be following is literally like one of my favorite books. Actually, it is my favorite book, the most impactful book I've ever read. It's called Ultralearning. So this book is just, yeah, like it, I can't even, I actually made a video about this, which should be coming out maybe in the next like 2 weeks or so. But this book like genuinely changed my life. It is, if you're gonna read one book about learning, like read this book, but I'm following the principles here. It helped me like learn it helps you like learn things very, very quickly, and it's just like so research based. Yeah, so I can 100% vouch for this. So yeah, I've used this book quite a lot in learning like things and making other study plans. So I'm just going to do the same. The definition of ultra learning here is a strategy for acquiring skills and knowledge that is both self-directed and intense. So that's what ultra learning is. You just want to learn something and you're going to develop a self-directed strategy for it, and it's an intense kind of schedule. The example that the book gave, this guy called Scott Young. So he decided that he was gonna learn the entire MIT computer science curriculum in 1 year. And back then it was in 2011, so there wasn't such like fancy resources and things like that yet on YouTube where you can have all the free courses and things, right? All he had was, I think it was like the MIT open course. So they would have certain like exams and resources they would list, and then this guy basically just like he learned everything within 1 year by using the strategy that he describes in the book. There was like a point he said that he learned the entirety of multivariate calculus and passed the exam in 5 days. So all right, yeah, so that's the strategy we're using. The first principle that he talks about is called meta learning. Meta learning refers to the making of the study plan itself. So the first part of it, whenever you're learning something, is to actually figure out what your study plan is. He introduces a framework called why, what, and how. He recommends like spending 10% of your entire study time just dedicated to actually making your study plan, because like that's how important it is. So that's why we're gonna focus on that today, and even potentially have to do a part two because of how important meta learning is. So yeah, the framework is called why, what, and how. So let me explain the framework for you guys. So why do you want to learn the thing? And what is it that you need to learn in order to learn the thing? And how are you going to learn it? We'll go through this 1, 2, and 3. The why is the part where you kind of have to use your own brain to figure this out. It's like AI cannot tell you why it is that you want to learn something. But especially like for 2 and 3, this part, like having ChatGPT has just been such a game changer in figuring out what it is that you should learn and how it is that you should learn. Like it used to take people like such a like weeks, months, right? Like 10% of their study time just to figure out the what and the how by going through like internet forums, like reading books and stuff, just to figure out what the study plan should be. But AI is really, really good for step 2 and 3. But first we need to determine what the why is. So he explains that there's 2 different types of whys. The first one is intrinsic, which is you're pursuing something for your own sake. Like for example, you just want to learn AI stuff for fun, right? That's like intrinsic motivation. Or it can be extrinsic, which is doing something to serve a certain purpose. Like for example, maybe you want to learn AI to get a job as a AI freelancer because you want to like quit your current job. I don't know, like something like that, right? Like where you want to learn AI in order to I don't know, like be more productive at what it is that you're doing, or you want to learn AI to study better, right? So that's like an extrinsic motivation because you're learning it for a certain purpose. So the first question that you should answer is why is it that you want to learn a thing? In my case, like my why for learning, say like screenwriting / like making better YouTube videos, it's pretty intrinsic. Like I just want to learn it for the sake of wanting to learn how to make better videos. Like I love making YouTube videos and I just want to get better at it. So put in the comment in the chat Why is it that you want to learn a thing? And please, like, do think about this. Do think about this, because it's really important, and it's something that's going to guide your entire study plan. Is it intrinsic or is it extrinsic? So I'm actually going to write mine, like I'm literally doing it right now. So I'm going to write mine as well. So what? Okay, my why is intrinsic motivation to learn AI. No, sorry, not to learn AI. To learn how to make YouTube videos. Oops, to make better YouTube videos, because I really like it. That's it, right? Simple. I guess I'll write like Tina's why. All right, let's see comments from people. What is your why? I just got the book, thanks. Yeah, really recommend that. I really recommend you get the book. I have it on my Kindle, and it's like super. I have like so many notes just from the book. AI to replace the real Tina with AI Tina. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, please, please do it now. Do it now. I cannot wait. Is the real Tina, if I can make a, maybe that should be why, so I can just replace myself. You know, in Chinese, in Chinese, like social media, like avatar streaming and AI streaming is actually like a really big thing these days. Can it be both? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It can be both. It can definitely be both. Welcome to the stream, like and share. Thank you so much. If you like the stream, please do share and like it. It also like lets me know what you guys are interested in, right? So what to do for the live stream. So it genuinely helps the algo, and it also helps me figure out what I should stream. The exam worthy to get job and contract in freelancing. Learn phage therapy to develop treatments to help people. Extrinsic. Like an example that's extrinsic would for me would be like when I was learning for my driver's license, I wanted to learn how to drive in order to get my driver's license so that I can do my road trip across North America. That was like the reason for that. Why? To understand Bitcoin and money printing. Okay, so that's like intrinsic reason, right? Cypher want to earn steady income as a freelancer because employment becomes impossible. What is it that you want to learn exactly? Intrinsic, I want to build my own Jarvis. I said it. Okay, cool. So make a note of that, right? Whatever it is that your why is. Okay. Oh, actually, I left a room for me to write that. I literally forgot. Okay, yeah. So why do you want to learn the thing? Okay, the next part is what to learn. So Scott Young in the book, he describes what it is that you should learn into 3 different categories. Like the first one is concepts, which is ideas to understand. The second one is facts, like things to memorize. And then the third part is procedures, which is processes to be practiced. Like for example, if you are trying to learn like Japanese, right? And maybe your why is like because you want to learn Japanese to watch anime without subtitles, which is one of those things that is like on my back burner for such a long time now. So that's your why. It's like intrinsic reason. What it is that you need to learn. By the way, like this part is you don't need to write it down. We're going to be using AI to help us do this, but I just want to like explain the framework to you first. The concepts that you may need to learn would be like understanding Japanese like structure, right? Like the language structure, understanding like there's kanji and there's like these other things, how are they supposed to fit together? So these are conceptual things to understand. How do tenses work? Facts would be like, say, memorizing vocabularies that you need to know, because if you're like going to be watching anime and you're like saying stuff, you need to remember what the words are. And procedures would be things like being able just the procedure of watching anime, like not looking at the subtitles, like that would be like a process or a procedure that you would need to learn to do, like being able to follow along whatever it is that people are saying. Another example would be like, say if you want to like ride a bike, the concept is probably, what is bike? You know, like what are these components? And then the facts is like, maybe you want to memorize a process, like of the first you should put your foot there, you know, something like that. I don't know, it's like not a very good example. It's okay, that's why we have AI. And the procedure is like the riding of the bike, right? So this is usually what people spend a significant amount of time on, because just like as I was trying to explain, like if you don't know what it is that you want to learn a thing you want to learn and you don't know what it is, so you don't really know what the concept, facts, and procedures are, right? So that's why you have to go and read a lot of books, like do research, look at Reddit, I don't know, like all these things in order to figure out what the concept, facts, and procedures are. And people would spend like weeks, even like months, just figuring out what exactly it is that they should be learning. And the next thing is that it's how to learn. So this is also something that we can use AI to help us with. But the two things that he mentions is benchmarking versus emphasize/exclude. What benchmarking is that you should do research on the common ways that people are learning the thing you want to learn, because you don't want to reinvent the wheel. Like if you're trying to learn Japanese to watch anime, you're not going to be the first person to want to learn Japanese to watch anime. Probably a lot of people that have done that already. If you're wanting to like build an AI product, you're not the first person who wants to learn how to use like AI stuff. So you want to do the research to see what has worked for other people, and you can incorporate that into your study plan. If you want to learn how to play guitar, like, is it best to like memorize things first? Is it best to just start like playing certain chords, like which chords to start with and things like that? Other people have had processes of doing this. And the second is the emphasize versus exclude. So this is why it's important to have the why, because then you can figure out what modifications you need to do to align with the goal that you have. Say because I'm learning Japanese to watch anime, I would not need to focus that much on like speaking per se, where like, you know, writing or reading. I would focus mostly on the verbal understanding part, right? Like the listening is what I would focus on, because my goal is not to converse with people in Japanese. And it's also not to like write stuff in Japanese. Like maybe if I ever wanted to read manga at some point as well, like I would include that. But right now, since I just want to like watch things, I only need to know how to listen to Japanese. So that's where you would emphasize listening and exclude stuff like writing and like things like that. Does that make sense? Before we get into the prompting, I just want to see if it makes sense to everyone. The way you want welcome. Ah, yes. Thank you. I uploaded a study guide doc that's lengthy and asked ChatGPT to extract the exam questions, go over them one by one. It was very clear. Turns out it's generating its own questions. 2 hours. Interesting. This could have worked for habit development too, right? Like figuring out a good workout plan. Yep. See, that would be something that falls into learning how to work out, right? Like learning how to get fit, right? Something like that. I think it feels different, but really what you're doing is still learning the process. It would just be more focused on the procedure. Like I'm sure if you go look at, I don't know, like I haven't seen these. I know they exist, like bodybuilding Reddit threads. Like I'm sure people have like a bunch of things that you need to learn about in order to implement. I also want to learn Japanese, how to play music, and rollerblade. Yeah, makes sense? Sort of information input first. If you can tell us how to exactly implement long-term memory to our AI agents, that will be nice. I'm not saying for LLM context. You mean like a tutorial? Okay. Thank you for the suggestion. I'm also hoping to learn Japanese too. We're learning Korean for the K-dramas that women tend to love so much. Okay, all right. Sounds like that made sense to everybody, so we can move on. All right. Now let's actually go to the prompting part. So I was just testing out this prompt earlier to make sure it works. So here's an example prompt that I'm going to put here. And I'm gonna use like AI as an example because I just want to like break it down for you. Actually, why don't I just put it on the slide so that, oh no, it's too big. Let's make it small. Okay, cool. You should be able to see that, right? Okay, so here's the prompt that you start with. Obviously you're gonna have like a other conversation with let me move this part first. Yeah, obviously you're gonna have a conversation while you're going through this, and I'll be going through this as well. But the beginning prompt that I like to use is, you're an expert learning tutor who is well versed in Scott Young's book Ultra Learning and its 9 principles. Right now I want to make a study plan for ultra learning AI. Ultra learning AI. Yeah, I'm using the example of AI just because I'm sure many of you guys want to learn AI stuff from what you've said. So I thought it would be a good example. Based on the principles of meta learning and the why, what, how framework. So I explain what the framework is, which is why I want to learn it. What is what I will learn. This is divided into concepts, facts, and procedures. How is how I learn it. This is based on techniques of benchmarking and exclude. Benchmarking means to find common ways people learn it by doing research. Exclude means actually, my bad. Emphasis slash exclude. Okay. Emphasis slash exclude means it was such bad grammar. It means for making modifications to align with the goal. So I kind of just explain like what it is. Here you can put an example if you want. But from what I found, like I think it's actually pretty good at just leaving it as the way that it is right now. And then I'm saying like my why for learning AI is because I want to keep up with and leverage these new technologies to build AI products. And then I would say, let's create a study plan using this framework, and let's start with the what. Here you can also add something like, I already know how to use, like how to code in Python, right? Something like that. Which is a pretty good start. I'll actually just copy this into the chat as well so you guys can start using this too. Oh shit, it's too big. The prompt is too big. Okay. I will split it up. Okay, actually, you know what? This is not a productive way of doing this. I'm just gonna share these slides with you. Let me just do that. It's probably easier. Not give editor access, but here. There you go. Yeah, does that prompt make sense? Hopefully it makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't make sense. Yeah, and I'm just gonna put it here. And we shall wait. Okay, so it says, great, let's break down the what. You will learn by dividing into concepts, facts, and procedures. Since you already know Python, we can build upon that knowledge to focus specifically on AI. So concepts, high-level understanding of AI principles, and it shows the facts that you need, and then also the procedures as well. So here I would say something like concepts like machine learning basics, supervised, unsupervised reinforcement learning, neural networks, deep learning, natural language processing, NLP, generative models, so reinforcement learning, and ethics and bias in AI. So this is pretty decent. Like it basically, because I already know how to do Python, so it doesn't like include Python into this. So it's basically telling me machine learning basics first, and then it dives into like the different categories of ultimately building up to large language models and things like that. So generative AI models. We will refine this in a bit, but yeah, it looks pretty decent. And AI product lifecycle is because I said that my why is because I want to build AI products specifically. So that's probably why I added AI product lifecycle. So from research and prototyping, scaling, and deployment, that sounds good. The facts that I need to learn is terminology like overfitting, underfitting, gradient descent, loss function, etc. That makes sense. Major AI frameworks, TensorFlow, PyTorch, and Hugging Face for NLP. That makes sense. Common algorithms like decision trees, random forest, blah, blah, blah. That's great. Famous architectures like GPT, BERT, okay, and current trends, understanding landscape of AI. And the procedures that it gives us is something like data collection and preparation, model training, model evaluation, model deployment, fine-tuning models, and experimentation. Okay, so say right now, like this seems pretty good, but for example, like maybe for the concepts, I can start like refining it, right? I just want to make sure that my stream didn't die and I'm like not talking to the ether because what I'm going to say here is important. Yes, so here I would say something like for the concepts, I want to focus specifically. So for the concepts, like I already know basic machine learning models, and I want to focus specifically on generative models, something like that, right? I also want to focus on techniques like fine tuning and RAG, something like that. Let's also have a more engineering / product focus, since my goal is to develop AI products for consumer use. Okay. Blah blah blah. Okay, so yeah, it was doing all these things like fine-tuning all these different, just added more stuff. Yes, so facts as well, and procedures, data collection, generative model, scaling, product integration. What about I also want to be able to keep up with new things that are coming out. Can you add that somewhere? I don't know, something like that, right? But yeah, you can see that it's kind of infused more about the product stuff, like the product life cycle, and then also product considerations like A/B testing, feature rollouts, user feedback loops, and how to iterate on AI products, deployment. So there's a lot more focus on generative AI, and it took out other things. Does that make sense? Let me check. Comments. Does that make sense to everyone? How to remember fast. Ask it to define things as opposite. That's very useful. What do you mean by that? Defining as opposites? Okay. Make sense? All right, well, you guys can check out this link. Oh, maybe I should pin it, actually. Good point. I will pin it, and that was the example that I have over here. So now I am actually going to make my study plan as well, which is going to be for making YouTube videos and filmmaking stuff. So why don't we do that? I'll probably set like, another 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't know. I'll set like 7 minutes for now to go through this process. We'll do like a check-in in 7 minutes. How do I get my timer? Oh, actually, I forgot that I do have a timer. How do I add my timer? Let me see. The timer is here. What is that? Okay. I will set stream timer to 7 minutes. And I will be creating mine at the same time as well. Probably white is not the best color. It's my color. Okay, cool. All right, let us do that. Let me put the link here for the PowerPoint presentation as well. So yeah, all right, let us go do that. Thank you, Erkin. Thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate it. Ooh, let's also put some music on. Okay, let's Whoops, I guess I didn't even hear the timer go off. All right. So this is what I have so far in terms of refining the breakdown. I was just like talking with ChatGPT, explaining that I wanted like technical aspects, including gear, such as like audio and lighting. And then also, I wanted to focus the most on storytelling, how to be authentic and comfortable in front of a camera. You know, even though it's been like this many years, like 4 years of YouTube, I'm extremely awkward in front of a camera. Like, I would repeat myself over and over again. So, I feel like I would really like to learn how to be more natural on camera and just feel, yeah, just like feel more comfortable. I think that would elevate YouTube videos I make a lot better. And also, I also like struggle with long-term planning and organization. It is not my strong suit, but I realize that it's very important. So yeah, I was just talking like refining whatever it is. I already have an editor, so we don't have to focus that much on the editing process. Okay, want to do a vibe check. How are you guys doing before we move on to the next step, which is benchmarking for the how? How are you guys doing? What I ended up with, actually, just quickly go through that, is the concepts is storytelling principles, authenticity on camera, long-term content strategy, and editing concepts. For facts, I have audio fundamentals, lighting, and gear specifications. So there's not as much like things related to facts here, except for gear stuff. Most of it is in concepts and the procedure, such as storyboarding. I'm so bad at storyboarding. On-camera presence drills, developing comfort and authenticity. This one's so important. Setting up gear and collaborating on editing. So like being able to communicate better. So yeah, that's what I ended up with. So I'm gonna just copy this as well into the document that we have over here. And we'll just make a new slide. So YouTube video. What? Yeah, it's like not beautiful, but whatever. Good enough. All right, I want to see what you guys have. Actually, okay. If I give you edit access, can you guys promise to just copy paste in what it is that you want to put here? Like, what is your what? Can you guys promise that you're not going to put some weird shit? Do I trust you? Look at comments. I want to trust you guys. Do you promise that you're not going to like write some weird shit? Is humor lacking in Hindi? What are we talking about? We are doing chill and feeling pretty comfy. Don't do it. I'm gonna put a poll. Do I trust you to only copy paste your study plan and not something weird? Don't do it. Okay. I just this is Discord chat. Oh, okay, I see. Trust me, I am your best. I'm like kind of scared now. Don't trust me. I will. Yours. Oh my god. Okay, maybe I won't trust you. Are you guys speaking for yourself? Okay, maybe. All right. I'll make a backup file first. Maybe I'll send this over email for the mailing list. I appreciate the honesty, my friends. Don't trust me. I will ruin your life. Don't do it, girl. All right, I won't do it. Thank you for being honest about the inability of not putting something weird. Okay. All right, so let's do the why. Oh shit, we're running out of time. Let's do the how. Let me see for the how. So I'm just gonna do that here you know, you guys can do that with me as well. So I'm not going to put a timer. Okay, so next step is benchmarking for how. So in case you forgot what I mean by how, is now that we know what is supposed to go on the study plan, then we want to do the benchmarking, which is finding common ways that people learn the thing and also emphasize / exclude. So making modifications to align with your goal. Okay, so you want to benchmark how successful YouTubers, filmmakers, and educators. Well, thank you. Thank you, ChatGPT. You already told me how to do that. So great. Apply editing concepts like pacing and transitions, blah blah blah. This can involve research into online courses. So I'm gonna say is like, let's great. Let's move on to benchmarking. Exactly as you said, let's benchmark how successful YouTubers do this. YouTubers and educators do this. I feel like, oh yeah. Maybe like less emphasis on filmmaking because we're making educational content. Maybe less emphasis on filmmaking. Could you do some research into example YouTubers, especially education YouTubers, and what their process is for being better at making YouTube videos? All right. Hey Tina, everyone. Thank you, Van Gambler, for supporting the channel. I'm just watching passively. That's fine as well. I was gonna say make a dupe and let us have it and see what happens. Should I? Okay, you know what? While I was doing that, I'll do that. Are you guys gonna do anything weird? Oh my god. Can you promise you won't do something weird and get the stream? Like if you do something really weird and get the stream shut down. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. Can you guys promise? I mean, what's the worst case scenario? What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Ah, what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, I guess what can possibly make a slide and copy your study plan. The what? What could possibly go wrong? I feel like this is going to make so much and have so much regret right now. Yes. Wait, does anybody have a warning for me? Only promise for me. Paul, thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Paul. I'm very glad that it is timely. Thank you, Erkin, for supporting the channel. Oh my god, should I just do it? Fuck. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, fine. You know what? Let's do it. What could possibly go wrong, Tina? Of all the great ideas that you've ever had. All right, how about it? The most risky thing this week. All right, what do you guys have? Oh, nobody's doing anything. That's anticlimactic. It's very anticlimactic. All right, well, in the meantime, I'm like kind of scared of looking at it, so I'm just gonna like not look at it right now. And okay, going back to what I have over here for the how. So there's Ali Abdal, focus on storytelling, blah blah blah, consistency in content production, engagement through personal connection. Kurzgesagt. I can never. How do you pronounce this name? I love their videos. Kurzgesagt. I believe that. Isn't this based upon a philosopher? Kurzgesagt. high quality visual, research driven content, consistent visual style. Okay, Mark Rober. Ooh, I love Mark Rober. Hands-on demonstrations, iterative content feedback, authenticity, enthusiasm, crash course. Oh my god, I love Hank and John Green. Script-driven, educational content, high production value, viewer interaction. Common themes. Her channel is results oriented. Okay, so can actually consistency, iterative. Do any of these people say how it is they got good at YouTube? Maybe check if I don't know if you guys know like Colin and Samir. They do like interviews with different YouTubers. Check if Colin Samir featured them and asked about their process. Nobody's doing anything. That's pretty anticlimactic, guys. Are you guys gonna do something? Oh, it's not letting you paste? Really? Why not? I think it's because everybody's trying to paste at the same time. You should have editor access now. What do you mean? Blah, blah, blah. You should be able to paste. I say like this. Wait, why can't you paste? Is it because like too many people are trying to do it? Yeah, okay, there you go. Make your own thingy. Yeah, I'll just kind of like make a bunch. Just put it wherever. This is so inefficient. Literally the most inefficient method of doing things. Just make a bunch of these and put them where other people are not. Ooh, what do we have here? Strengthening Python skills. All right, let me come back to this one. Based on the insights gathered from Colin Samir's interviews, storytelling and authenticity, Edmund Chamberlain emphasized the importance of being authentic and open on camera, which she links to her upbringing. She discusses how her willingness to share personal experiences. Okay, Colin and Samir themselves credit their knack for story as a significant factor. Okay, editor approach and adaptation. Learning a lot through trial and error. When they transitioned from the lacrosse network to their own channel, they had to adapt their content and refine their storytelling techniques. They highlight the importance of continuous testing new ideas, refining content. Consistency and discipline. Colin and Samir stressed the importance of consistency. Okay. Ali Abdaal also follows a strict content schedule, which has been crucial in maintaining his channel's growth and keeping his audience engaged. Okay, this is not super helpful here. Okay, how they got good at YouTube. Starting small, focusing on niche, learning by doing, mentorship collaboration. This is a little too generic for me. I mean something more specific. Like, for example, analyzing other people's YouTube videos. Practicing speaking in front of the camera every day. Do any of these people mention that? Something like this. Please cite sources. I always say that, please cite sources, so it doesn't just like come up with random shit and hallucinate. All right, going back to here. Ooh. By the way, feel free to drop if you have to. I know that we're at the end of the live stream. Cool, link is working well. I see at the top of the chat, maybe refresh. This is a super thorough plan. Very far, it's deleted. It's already shared. Oh, I'm trying to praise the brain into the sheet. So inefficient. Oh my god. Okay. So I think we might need to do a part 2. Okay. Do you guys want me to just send you guys the how, or do you guys want to do a part 2? in which I will continue doing this and also talk about more like techniques. For example, like drilling. It's like there's a lot of principles that he talks about, and I use AI for a lot of these principles now. Yeah. So should I just like send the study plan to you guys over email, or do you want me to do like a part 2 in which we do it together? Let me know. Part 2. Can you review our humor level? Oh God. Okay. We'll feel okay. Oh God. I mean, there's actually not that many people. There's 36 people. Could be, yeah. Wait a second. I'll review your humor level. You know, you guys have truly you guys have made me trust you now. You have not done anything bad. So I'm very happy to hear that. I have faith in you now. Yay! Maybe in the future I'll just give you my API keys too while I'm at it. Okay, your humors. Okay, who's being humorous? Can you tell me which slide your humor is on? Mm. .NET Core. Here's a basic outline to follow. Weeks 1 to 2, core concepts and setup. API development, database integration, front-end development, full stack project, DevOps and deployment, advanced topics and AI integration. Okay. What is the goal of this? What is the goal of learning .NET Core? Could you just put that at top as well? I think it would be really helpful. Yeah, actually, I should do that too. So goal. So I guess I'll put the Y is Y make, what did I say my Y was? I forgot. Oh, I literally forgot what I said. My memory has failed me. What's my Y? Oh, yes. Here is my Y. Okay, because I want to make better videos to help more people can easily learn things and help them achieve their dream career and life. Life? I don't know. That's grammatically correct. Okay. Full stack development is to gain the skills necessary to build scalable, efficient, and modern web applications and ability to create and deploy innovative AI-driven products. Python skills. Ooh, conversational Japanese study plan. Okay. Well, how about you guys work on these? This kind of have right. Maybe you guys can work on these and we can review them next time as well. How about that? We can review people's study plans and we can move forward with them. Pointer's turned back on. Okay. Wait, who's having humor? I don't see where the humor is. I don't know where your humor is. Hyperinflation Zimbabwe. Is that? Maybe your humor is so advanced that I cannot even spot your humor anymore. That must be why. Okay. Well, all right. I am gonna let you guys. I'm gonna leave it to you guys to finish doing this. But if you continue doing this, next time we can actually go over it together. You can see people's study plans. There's actually, were any of you guys here when I was still doing the scoreboards? This is like way before. It's like 2-3 years ago when I was still doing this. It's like we used to, people have like study plans and then they would write what they are and then kind of like check them off as time goes on. My God, this is like OG people. API keys are secret. I don't know. I'll be like, oh, you guys are so trustworthy. Here's all my API keys. I'm gonna give you my credit cards too while you're at it. All right. Don't go. Discord chat's gonna be all right. Can you guys? The link is here. Please just if you want, like, make your study plan. You can put your what, you can put your how. Like, basically, you get your slide, do whatever you want with it, and then we can also look at people's study plan next time. Sounds like you guys want me to continue for part 2, right? So I will do that. Part 2, I'll figure out the how, and I also want to cover different concepts. Like, for example, a part of it is drilling, and there's also like interviewing. If you're doing interviewing, you can do mock interviews using ChatGPT as well. So I guess I will cover that part next time. All right, have a good rest of your day, everyone. I hope this was helpful, entertaining, fun. Thank you for being such good people and not doing something strange on the slides. All right. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.